Melissa Rowland with the Los Angeles Times, and I'm here with Mike Dunleavy. Who better to analyze this year's All-Star team than a former player, coach, and general manager? Before we get into your in-depth analysis of each of the players, I want to know what you truly think about them. I'm going to say each player's name, and I want you to tell me the first word that comes to your mind. Kobe Bryant.
Killer.
Chris Paul.
Quickness.
Carmelo Anthony.
Mid-range jump shot.
Kevin Durant.
George Griffin Jr.
Who do you think Popovich is going to pick to replace Yao Ming as a starter on the West?
Well, clearly I would bet that he would take Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan would be his guy because, Timmy's just out of respect, and the fact is that, he plays that position, for the Spurs, and I would bet that puts him in, plays him, takes him out, probably, keep the time that he plays his own guys to a minimum so they don't get worn out, so they're ready to start the second half of the season.
Who do you think got snubbed?
Well, probably the first place you have to look is the teams with the best record, and the guy that would come to mind first would be Tony Parker, because San Antonio Spurs have the best record in the league, and he's been a big part of that. He's had a great season, and he's perennially one of the top scoring guys in the paint, and he's doing so again this year. And typically, you see the team with the best record have, usually at least 3 guys on the team.
So it seems as though the coaches decided who was going to make the reserve team based on win-loss percentage as opposed to individual statistics. Do you agree with the way the coaches pick the reserves?
Typically, yes. I do the same. Love was not originally picked on the team because his team did not have a winning record. And then the only other case of a player on either the East or the West who made the team without a winning record would be Blake Griffin. Yet, I think if you look, and this is probably what the coaches took into account, was that the Clippers have been on a real tear of late. And the fact is that they have beaten every top team in the league. They beat the Lakers, they beat San Antonio, they beat Miami, and I'm not sure if they've even played Boston yet or not. But and have wins against Chicago and Denver, and playoff contending teams. And during that span, Blake Griffin has averaged about 26 points, 15 rebounds a game. So I think they took that into effect, and the fact is that the team has come on after a slow start and has played very well.
Now for the East, Dwayne Wade.
Smooth.
LeBron James.
Powerful.
Amar'e Stoudemire.
I'm only pausing because he's had such great leadership this year. He wouldn't be a guy that you would put together with leadership, but for me right now, leadership comes to mind.
Derrick Rose.
Grace.
Dwight Howard.
Superman.